Hi guys, thanks for coming. Obviously, a great day for Ohio State, great day for our coaching staff, and appreciate you guys being here with us to enjoy this. Uh, Before we get going, I'd just like to thank our coaching staff. This is, I keep hearing top five, top three, top two. That's not doesn't mean a whole lot to me personally, or really at the end of the day, it's what happens 2 to 3 years from now. However, very pleased with the work ethic that our guys showed. Very impressive. To be able to pull that class together. Luke Fickle, Mike Vrabel, and Stan Drayton did a great job assisting us in the transition. You know, no agenda, very selfless approach to being able to close this kind of recruiting class with such short notice. And then the guys that came in, the rest of our staff came in and did an excellent job. Mark Pantoni, my right-hand guy as far as helping me in the recruiting process, as well as Greg Gillum, who was on the previous staff, and his relationships, especially in the state of Ohio, were very helpful. We signed 16 guys from the state of Ohio, 25 overall. Areas of need that really I am still not aware of because I haven't coached this team yet, but according to the previous coaches, or the coaches who are on our staff, they were on the previous staff, the defensive line was was critical this year, in particular defensive end. And to think we signed 3 kids that are in the top 100 and 3 guys that we identified as guys we had to have. One committed the week before I was hired, and then the last 2, Savon Pittman and Noah Spence, are just I call them the prize of the recruiting class. They're the guys that you take anywhere in the country with you at any time. High character guys that play real hard. They're different body types. How can you have 3 defensive ends that would really stick it out? And that was hard because a lot of the rival schools and a lot of schools went after him, saying that how can you go to a place that has the number 1 defensive end, number 2 defensive end, number 3 defensive end in a lot of these rankings, and they're different body types. Noah Spence is a fastball pass rusher, an open end. I like to call him an open end on our defense. We call him the Leo, but he's a guy that widens out, and acceleration up the field is what you're looking for, and he has that. Where you have Adolphus and Savon Pittman are more of the wider body guys that are going to be more power rushers. So I think that's the prize of recruiting class. And then the area that was probably in most dire need was our linebacker position, because of attrition, because of injuries, sheer numbers. We were way down, and very excited. The guy that when you flip him on tape and not know anything else, without reading rankings or without listen to everybody's opinion, the guy that is really impressive to me is Jamal Marcus. And I invite you at some point, it's easy to do on YouTube, watch that highlight video. And it's borders on ridiculous as far as his ability level. And so of all the great backers I think we signed, including David Perkins, which I think he's tremendous, you're going to enjoy that highlight video as well. Luke Roberts, Cameron Williams, and the young guy that's on campus right now, losing my thought here. I'm sorry? Joshua Perry. So we're excited to sign 5 linebackers, and that was obviously an area of need. Next area of need was offensive tackle. Offensive line in general, but offensive tackle. And we signed 5 offensive linemen, but the 2 guys, the day before, or excuse me, the day I was hired, we came right back here and got to work and said, let's pick out the top offensive tackles in America, because that's where we're at as far as our shortage. And that night we were on the phone, and if you would have told me we got the top 2 guys we went after, that would have been a good day for us. And we did get the top 2 guys, and that was Taylor Decker and Kyle Dotson, who we just recently received his paperwork. So a lot of positives. I can go through each guy. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to answer any questions for you, but very impressed. Let me just say this about recruiting for Ohio State. Recruiting is work ethic. It's uncovering who the champions are for each young man that you're recruiting. Champions are the guys that are going to help make the decision, but most of all, it's a belief in the place you're at and knowledge of the place you're at. And to be able to do that in such a quick time period, a lot of credit goes to our coaching staff. Our coaching staff, if you take a good close look at them, either they're from Ohio, they have strong ties in the state. Tim Hinton, who was a member of our staff, was a very successful high school coach, very important member of the high school association in the state, and this staff was put together with a purpose, and recruiting was without question the #1 purpose of putting together a staff. at this level of a university.